Hi, my name is Lily. You are welcome to the Nurse Lily's YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be looking at why the NMC reviewed the English language requirement and what this may mean for overseas trained nurses who would like to come in to live and work in the UK. If you'd like to find out about all this gist, please stay tuned. It is a known factor that one of the things that discourage overseas trained nurses from coming into the UK to work is proving their English language proficiency. And this could be in the way of writing the IELTS, which is the International English Language Test System, or writing the OET, which is the Occupational English Language Test. This test sometimes can be quite expensive depending on the area where you're writing this. If your home country is Nigeria or Ghana, it might mean that what you get paid as monthly salary might not even be able to pay for these exams. Other than the cost of writing IELTS or OET, a lot of the nurses would also argue that they have already been taught in English language. Therefore, their result or the certificate from the courses they have done previously should be enough to be a proof that they have got the right English language proficiency to come and work in the UK. Statistics that has been found on the NMC website shows that between 2021 and 2022, more than 23,000 overseas trained nurses have successfully joined the NMC register. And this number, of course, have shown that they have got some level of English language proficiency to be able to support their application. Based on this, some people believe that the way the NMC are currently checking English language is what it should be. In the NMC Code of Conduct, effective communication is very, very important. Nurses, midwives, nursing associates, healthcare assistants, we all have very close contact with the patient in the line of our care. And it's very, very important that to be able to deliver a person-centered care, you are not only speaking clearly in a way that the patient will understand, you are also able to understand when the patient is saying things to you. And this is the reason why it's as if for a very long time, the regulations on English language proficiency is one that cannot bend as much as people would like to see. Because we need the public to have trust in the care that the overseas nurses are given. It's true that you are highly trained. It's true that you are highly experienced in the care that you are given. But if that care does not reflect the fact that you can be able to pass information across to your fellow nurses, to the patient, to whoever needs to hear you speak while looking after your patient, then there is no confidence that we are actually doing what we say that we can do. So do not take it personal when if your view is that the English language proficiency of NMC is unfair to you for one reason or the other. And it is because of these concerns that the NMC have launched a review into their English language requirement. In June of 2022, like I said earlier, the NMC launched a consultation into their English language requirement. In this review, they are looking at considering changing the way they approach English language tests, and also considering if they can start accepting alternative evidence of English language proficiency. An alternative evidence of English language competence could be something like an employer reference. It could also be something like working in a UK care setting, an unregulated UK health and care setting. This could also be that the person who is applying have gone ahead to do a postgraduate degree outside of the nursing they have done, as long as this course has been done in English language. Now, this review was open to the members of the public. Everyone was allowed to give their opinions on what they think the NMC should be doing in terms of making these English language requirement checks fair for all, irrespective of where they trained as a nurse. And the end of this review came on the 12th of August. And we will be able to hear what they plan will be moving forward in autumn of 2022. So that will be between September and November of 2022. So we are going to keep fingers crossed, because if actually they put this plan into place, that apart from having your IELTS or OET, another way they will be happy to accept your English language and proficiency would be to get an employer's reference, or if you have worked in the UK, probably as a HCA, or if you have a master's that you have done after you finished your nursing. So if you are able to show all of this as a way to prove that you have the right English language proficiency, I think it makes life easy for a whole lot of people that are being held back because they cannot prove their English language proficiency by passing the IELTS. Currently, there are 3 ways you can prove that you have the right English language proficiency. One of these ways is to have IELTS or OET past results. Another way you can prove this is to have been trained in an English-speaking country. Of course, you would have been taught in English. And another way to prove your English language proficiency is to prove that you have worked for 1 year, at least for 1 year, in an English-speaking country. When it comes to writing the IELTS, if you're writing it outside the UK, say for instance you want to write it in Nigeria, there are lots and lots of centers where you can write this exam. And there are 2 forms that you can write. You can either do the computer-based or you can do the paper one. If you want to write the paper IELTS, there's a lot of centers where that can happen. Whereas if you want to do the computer-based IELTS test in Nigeria, there is only a few places where you can do that. So for the purpose of applying to the UK to come and work as a nurse, the IELTS you are expected to write is at the academic level. And it might be paper or computer-based, that is, both of them are acceptable, but they must be written at an IELTS approved test center. In order to pass IELTS, you need to have a 6.5 at least in writing. And then for the speaking, listening and reading, the NMC wants you to have a 7. If you are going to use a combined result for IELTS, you have to have written the receipt within 6 months, and all 4 sections of the exam, you're writing all of them together, and you must at least have 6.5 in writing, and then listening, reading and speaking, they expect you to have 7 in either of the papers you're presenting to them. Please, if you ever come across an IELTS indicator whenever you are planning to write an IELTS, please do not write it as long as you want to use your result to prepare your papers to come and live and work in the UK. The NMC does not accept IELTS indicator. Now, what is IELTS indicator? It's a legit package with the IELTS company. And the reason why this came on board was during COVID, when people were not able to come into, an exam hall, sit and write their IELTS. So what this exam allows people to do is to write IELTS in the comfort of their own home on a computer with a reliable internet. After you have done this exam, you get your result within 7 days. Now, the speaking part of this exam may be offered to you before or after the main date of your exam. For some reason, the NMC are not happy to accept the result of a IELTS indicator as one of their requirements because they do not trust the security around how the exam is being written. So with the OET, it does not have a banded score, but the way the results are published, it's done in a way that it's equivalent to what you will have if you have done an IELTS. Say for instance you have done an OET, the highest score on that one would be a 500, whereas the highest score on IELTS would be a 9. So if you score anywhere between 450 to 500 in your OET, it means that you are coming out with a grade A, and it means that if that was to be an IELTS, you would have made a band score of 9. And anywhere between 350 and 440 with an OET, you are coming out with a B, and that would be a band score of between 7 and 7.5 if you have done an IELTS. Then when it comes to having a C with an OET, it means that you have scored between 300 and 340. And this will also mean that with the equivalent of IELTS, that would be a band score of 6.5. A standard result the NMC will accept would be the person having a C in writing and then a B in the rest of the sections. And if you'd like to combine 2 results, they want to see that one of your results, at least you scored nothing less than a C in writing. So you can have a C in listening, but then have a B in reading, speaking, and writing. Or you can have a C in writing and then have a B in the rest of the sections. And if you combine this result together, the NMC will be able to accept that. I wanted to also mention that a lot of people pay more attention to passing their IELTS or passing their OET that they completely forget that the UK also accept certificates that you can get from UK NIC, which used to be called UK NARIC, but following UK Brexit, it has now changed to UK NIC. I'll make another video detailing how the UK NIC actually works. But the point I'm trying to make in this video right now is that you can use your nursing certificate or your midwifery certificate, depending on which area of nursing you want to come and work in the UK, to be able to apply to the UK NIC. And what they do is to use your level of qualification to check whether it matches what level of requirement the organization you're coming to work for in the UK demands. Even if the UK NARIC accepts that your qualification meets the requirements of the NMC on their part still need to see proof that you spent your program in close clinical interaction with patients or service users or patient relatives, even communicating with your fellow colleagues as you are training. They need to know that all of this was done in English language. At least 75% of all these interactions, they want to see that these are all done in English language. And if you can prove that, who knows? That is you convincing them that you do not have to write the IELTS, you do not have to write the OET. The fact that you have studied in a school where you were taught in English, you communicated with your colleagues and the patients in English, might just be enough to clear you in your English language proficiency. Don't forget that both IELTS and OET have an expiry date of 2 years, so they are only valid for 2 years from the moment you get your result. However, you have chosen after this video to proceed with proving your English language proficiency for your NMC registration, please stop wasting time. We need you to come and join us here in the UK. Once you have a defined way of proving your English language proficiency, your journey takes shape. For every single one of the other steps, at least you can be able to chase someone on that. But if you do not have IELTS, if you do not have a way of proving your English language proficiency, there is no one to chase on that, to be honest. So let's keep fingers crossed and hope that the review that the NMC have done into finding out whether or not they will start reviewing this approach to testing for English as one of the criteria or as one of the things they would accept when people are trying to prove their English language proficiency. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, give me a thumbs up, share it to anyone you feel might find the information in this video useful. And until my next video, I hope you look after yourself. Take care now.